Hey guys, today I'm going to go over my advice on how to give your teams live virtual tactical sessions. So let's go. So guys, these virtual sessions can be really powerful in terms of getting your coaching points, your strategy, your tactics across to your players. You just have to follow these best practices and learn from my mistakes. So the first thing is to pick a theme or two. Sometimes I see coaches, they just show kind of random clips and it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I mean, you need to pick building out of the back, attacking patterns, defending, set pieces, corners, throws. Pick one or two things to talk about and make that the theme of your virtual session.
All right, so we're going to start talking about build out. I got a couple of clips from Premier's games over the weekend.
The first thing you have to do, depending on the age, is set the tone. So I always let them know that this is a serious discussion. They have to pay attention. You know, this is much like school.
A quick reminder, guys, treat this as if it were school, okay? No screwing around on the chat. If you're called upon, you unmute, then you go back on mute, okay?
The other thing I really like to do is keep it interactive, okay? So you want to ask lots of questions.
All right, so let me ask, where should the 4 and the 5 be on our build out? We're going to be blue, building out against red here. Okay, and this is the typical build out that we see, right? 3 up top, it's usually a 3-2-3. Might be a little bit different, but a high press, typically we see 3 up top like this. Where should the 4 and the 5 be?
Maybe on the line of the 18 or in between the 6 yard and the 18.
One thing you can do, depending on the age, is you can actually make a game out of it. So you can say, hey, anybody who answers this question correct, you get 1 point. And then you see who has the most points at the end. You really want to make sure this is age appropriate, okay? So depending on the level of details, depending on how long the session is, you know, with my youngest teams, I usually only have it go maybe 30 minutes at the most, try to cover 1 or 2 points and then let them go.
Ball comes out to the 4. What does the 2 need to do?
The 2 needs to come to the level of the defender.
Right. So depending on what happens, if the 11 comes here, right, the 2's got to come here, okay? That's not normally what happens, right? Normally, the 9 comes here and the 11 comes here. So if this is the way that the build out starts, what does the 2 have to do?
The 2 has to check out and check in.
100%, right? Because if we check out, right, we're going to draw this defender up and then we're coming in, right? And now you've got space and time where if we want to play this ball out here, we can. All right, so here's a build out. You can see he's got the ball and he rolls it out, right? And so one of the things that I think we want to try to get a little bit better at, and again, I think we're doing an okay job of this. If you take this ball wide, which you do, what happens?
It closes down the space.
Yeah, you could just literally stop the ball, just stand on it for a second, right? Just step on it and take a look. Because as we come over here, like your body position, you're coming over here. This is not a bad ball. I'm not saying this is a bad ball, but where is all the space right now? What do you think? Where's all the space?
To switch the field.
Yeah, it's all the way on the other side. But I'm not necessarily saying you have to switch it here. We just have to have that understanding. So the ball goes over, right? And this is a great ball you play to. Now, where is all the space right now?
Mouse. Mouse.
On the other side of the field, yeah.
Certainly with older teams, you can do a lot more breaking it down, you know, in terms of the exact tactics that you want to use. Maybe you want to prepare them for a game, so it can be a game prep virtual session. So let's talk about some of the tools that I use, okay? There's really 2 types. One would be actual game film. And so whether you're using a VO, whether you're using Trace, you know, you can clip them, or you could just go to the timestamps that you have within the software program themselves. The other thing is a tactical board. So I use the app Tactical Pad, and I don't get any money for for promoting them here. Although if they would like to reach out and give me money, that would be great too. But it's really helpful, tactical pad, in terms of, you can move, the players around. You can show them certain talking points in terms of, hey, this is how I want to build. This is what would happen if pressure would come, this way or that way. One of the last things I like to tell people is try to record the session. This can be really valuable, one, just for players who can't make it that particular session. They can always re-listen to it, re-watch it, even in the car when they're going to a game. So sometimes I'll actually do a virtual session and say, hey, listen, make sure you rewatch this on your drive to the game. I mean, some of these kids are driving hours, and they're playing their iPads or whatever. It's a really useful tool just if you're working on a particular set piece, let's say, or you're going to defend a particular team a particular way. Anyway, guys, I hope that helped. Reach out to me for questions, either in the comment section or just email me privately. See you next video.